Ah, there we are. Hello, everyone. Oh, thing. There we go. Late. Yes, I may or may not have forgotten to start up the stream.
Texas?
Anyway, hey, I mean, in a few days' time, we'll have... Actually, I want to take a look at that. I wonder if it's already an option. See. I assume it is. I just finished watching the last one. Well, welcome in. Yes, there it is. Hello. Snowstorm Invitation. An outfit tailor-made by Harlan Trade for their affiliated business negotiators. This is really difficult to read with the black on blue. First impressions are of the utmost importance in trade talks. Stewart knows this well and has never failed to live up to expectations. Interesting. Not gonna lie, I've been looking forward to that outfit coming out ever since Adnakiel's one did. Although, one thing I'm just going to do first, because before we start, I forgot last time after finishing to watch the music, so I'm actually going to do that first. And I think I've already got it set up. Yes, I do. Nice. So I'll be reacting to the... I know it says Sortifera Navis, but apparently this is the song that she sang at the bar. Hunter's song. So I'm going to watch it first because I did forget to do it when I finished the stream last time. So I'm going to do it now before starting up. So it'll be interesting to see what it actually sounds like. Somewhat Nordic in a way. The... Oh.
Left her homeland miles behind. The hunter she walks on the seacoast way with a path before her. Crash and the driftwood floats evermore. It's the salt on my skin, leaving their mark where the walls once towered. Oh, it's more than a dream. It's a play the tides attending. Oh, our world comes apart at the seams. From the chaos, scared and afraid, I will wander. I will remain strong, but it sets with the sun. Hopeless, I'm chasing the dawn, and I wonder on. From the chaos, scared and afraid, I will wander. I will remain strong, but it sets with the sun. Hopeless, I'm chasing the dawn, and I wonder.
That was really pretty, not gonna lie. I really liked her voice. I found it quite interesting that the instrumental side of it sounded almost Nordic in a way. But then I suppose that does sort of make sense as a big part of um, sea travel and the superstition around it does come from that area, at least in terms of from a more Europe perspective. I suppose in a sort of way it makes sense. Well, I, this one seems to be linked to Stultifera Navis, though, so I wonder if I'm assuming this as a song was released in the later event as opposed to Under Tides, I'm guessing. Or maybe it's just got the title because it just because. But yeah, dude, I really liked that. It's also somewhat bardic in a way as well. Like you can see this being the sort of thing that would be played by someone, you know, while you're having a few drinks. Not so much a lively one, but more like sort of a calm and peaceful type one. Sort of thing where, you know, you want to tell a story more so. Yeah, I did like that one, not gonna lie. But with that one though, we can continue on to the rest of the story. Yeah. I think where we last left off, Alcit decided to appear for some reason. Not not quite something I was expecting, though I suppose I probably should have. Where's it there? And undersides. Surprise Calcit appearance. Literally. It's like I swear she's like a harbinger. Every time she's around, or every time something's happening rather, she's there. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 blemishes, but that's fine. I'll do those later on. Well, I suppose I might as well get ready for the walking dictionary to start talking at some point. Probably will be within this story stage. Under the roaring waves, a fierce battle dyed the entire ocean red. When she came to, she deemed herself the sole survivor. She was wrong. She debuted on the event's banner rather, so I think first-time players kind of expected her. Ah, I see. Hopefully you can reach the boss today. I should be able to. It's only like 2 or 3 stages, so that should be within the time. Alright, so this is the chapel. I completely forgot what voice I gave this guy. Now quick, come in, come in. I knew that you would make it here. How? What can I say? No need. Do you carry that case everywhere you go, wandering singer? Yes. Then, would you mind if I asked another question? Go ahead. What is inside the case? A saxophone. Ah, very well. A saxophone. A wind instrument. Quite good. Oh yeah, that's right. A saxophone is a wind instrument. More so than a brat. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. May I have the fortune to hear it? Music. This city has not heard music for a swath of years. Oh no, beg pardon. I realise a sudden that a wandering singer takes coin for her song. This does stump me. You see, I fear I cannot proffer much tip to speak of. Ah, so clearly it's not the Catholic Church then, in terms of money. Yet, look at this old building. Taking care of it is quite a challenging task. When currency stands for little here, none will collect it, and none will use it. But I can spare energy to prepare you a luncheon, Wandering Singer. What say you? Would you, would you... would you will to perform a little something or other? It took me a moment to assume it meant as in willpower, I'm guessing. At this point, I think the bishop knows more about wandering singers than Scaddy. Yeah. Yeah, kinda. I think he's kind of sort of immediately... It's almost like that spy thing where you're trying to like catch a person out in the middle of their lie. It is in my power, at least, to invite you to eat your fill, though it may not be any gourmet delicacy. I see you have fallen silent. Might I guess you prefer dance rather than song? Did you see? You are wearing a dancer's dress. You are talented. It has been too long since we last had a friend with such brilliant lust as you. And I'm willing to bet she had no idea about that either. Sickening. If you want to listen to something, you can let me sing for now. I came to ask a question. The person standing by you probably knows. I don't think you can escape the issue anymore. Were my people here and you once familiar? We naturally were. I was not asking you. Gladia turns her head away and does not speak further. We aren't. Oh? Because I have no idea now if this person is one I originally knew. Oh. Oh. This, too, is normal. All people may change. The water beats against dry land and can turn the coast into sand given time. So, your arrival, was it not her who willed it? Wasn't it you who wanted me to come? Were it merely my bidding, you would not show here, correct? I am only a stranger. I simply ask, do you will you to come or not? You didn't. I came on my own. You are not lying. I can hear when lies are told, but you are honest. Keep asking, and I still haven't even said anything. Be this obnoxious. Be calm, singer. It was not my intention. A little prudence does us all good. Then, my turn to ask. This city of people all have great trust in you. What happened on the seashore is absolutely not normal. Rat begging, sea terrors, the ocean. Where are you from? You know something, don't you? What have you and her hidden from me? Ah, yes, indeed. I know a good deal more than others. Indeed, I know of one who wants to meet you. meet me, since I'm a wandering singer. The one who cares for music is me, so it may invite some belief. The one wanting to meet you is not. It is a friend of mine. I bid you here on his request. Who wants to meet me? Come with me. You shall know when you see him. After all, you have a friend here too. You wish to meet her, do not. The bishop's tone makes light of it, but Scuddy remains calm. The hunter secretly grips the case's handle tight rather. Only the progress in material science and Rhode Island earnestly invest vast funds are to thank right now that she does not crush the handle of this specialized phone case apart. I like to imagine that Rhode Island did this investment purely so that Scaddy would stop accidentally breaking things. And probably other operators. It is an operator-proof material. It's like how you have soldier-proof equipment. Please, in here. As for you, come too. Time for your reward too is come. Is what now? Gaddy glances at Gladia briefly and does not say much. Gaddy follows over to the figure of the bishop, unsure as to why. She's felt the whole time that the bishop has a very odd gait. Like his legs are lame or his joints missing. Interesting. There is no such thing as soldier-proof. They'll find a way to break it eventually. I mean, true. It's just more so the theorized goal. Like, they tried soldier-proofing the tank for about a century now. It still tops over every now and then. Topples over, rather. The three descended the stairs. Shockingly, below the chapel's graves lies a cave. That's not particularly shocking if you live in Spain. About half of them do. The staircase winding downwards by its wall, circling, as if walking into some colossus's esophagus. That is really difficult to do. Colossus's esophagus. Like, now that's a tongue twister. Without a ray of light, they feel through the path of pure sense, at risk of falling into the abyss at any time. Why did none of them bring a lantern? Okay. Right. Okay, that's working now. Regretfully, I will not light a lamp. Okay, literally about to answer my question. But this should pose no trouble, would it? I have heard wandering singers be quite agile by and large. Neither city nor barons are too friendly, and those going afar easily come to suffer. One must learn the basics of protecting themselves. Wealth cannot buy music, yet music can serve as wealth. So long as a fine song is sung, one will not starve wherever they go. I like that this says, wealth cannot buy music, written by a company that is constantly commissioning new songs. I'm fairly certain half of Hypergriff's wealth it goes towards music. I used to yearn greatly for that sort of life. likely because I am no good at what it demands. Once I set down roots somewhere, it's very hard for me to up and leave again. The bishop seems to talk in soliloquy, because the two others utter not a word while descending. We are here. Don't tell me we're wrecked on the seafloor. Led deeper and deeper by the staircase, they finally set foot on flat ground. Even Scuddy feels challenged to breathe on the sealed-off damp until they emerge to a shaft of light, and the open scene before them reinvigorates the hunter. The massive cast cave is filled with twisted equipment. A hidden place above, daylight illuminates it penetrates the ocean, permeates the cave, the faint blue making where it lies clear. It can't be that deep underwater then if you can still see light come through. That's... How could this be? Specter's body. Specter's body floats in a vat of water, as if dead, or perhaps sound asleep. It's like a Bacta tank. Cold thoughts flash through Scaddy's head. Why is she here? Did Gladia do this? What if Spectre is dead? How could Gladia allow Spectre to die? Could it truly be? And that's your friend, isn't it? You are called Scaddy? I have not been the one following your affairs. They have handled you very well. Especially the ones by your side. They have handled it all well, letting you uphold your mental state under such emotions. Scaddy's eyes open wide. What? They have had no time to attend to you lately, but by the humble grace of your leader here, you have come practically as a gift to me. Scaddy turns in anger to Gladia, but finds no one behind her. Gladia is already pacing for the bishop, her step free of concern in its lightness. The speed she takes pride in, the speed rumoured amongst abyssal hunters, seems to be in this silent single step. I am surprised you stepped forth first, and not that minstrel. What are you waiting for? Why did you not kill me before? Would you be so stupid? You unhallowed things, and your eternal condition, your fine sense of ego, expressed without meaning. Would you be just as unconcerned if this experiment, her life, vanished here? Confirming your results gave you confidence. Your satisfaction grinned in your words, yet you wouldn't let me see where you took her. I imagine you cannot let her die yet. Out of us few, I'm sure her life is the one you place the most importance on. I've destroyed your experiment ground. A little surprised it was your doing. Spectre is highly valuable. Out of all the Originium infected tests we've conducted on this hunters, only this one specimen tells the tale. The original sin of terrestrial lowlife, beast, can be effected upon those unholy bodies of yours. Is it not so very interesting? The looks on Skadi and Gladiator's face both change. Although, I must say, you have wrought too much damage on the site we three are in. Having committed so much refined, liquefied originium, having applied Asia technology, all of it, never to be seen again. She is highly valuable indeed. My one mystery is how she fends against an originium infection of such scope. Spinal cord, diluted, would be enough to infect a small country. Things have changed now. Thank you for placing her in my hand, unhallowed thing. I will lead the other. I will discover all your final secret. I will prove my own success, my research, our enemies' secrets, as well as weaknesses. You will lead off by dying here. Hello, Christmas. Are the fish stinky? Yes, they are. Gaddy covertly applies her strength. Her puzzlement and irritation towards Gladia pale completely. Her present anger at the bishop. Given one chance, this originator of evil will be shattered, flesh pasted. Just one chance. My sparing your life testifies you are that person, one and the same. I've already executed those not worth sparing. As it's proven how you, them, and this experiment all implicated, you need not be alive any longer. The Church of the Deep. You're from the Church of the Deep. Did I permit you to address me so? You're far too good at hiding. Each one of you is unalike. You'll say anything and everything. Was Specter also driven to derangement by your indoctrination and torture? Those people outside, who exploited them, are they experiments to you too? Have all the people cast at sea been sacrifices for your test? Impudent. The bishop's figure seems to enlarge some. He may truly be angered. Ocean's almsgiving is no manner of exploitation. It is salvation. I could concern myself none with them, and they would die. Ocean gives them food, gives those unwilling to live the freedom to live on in rebirth. A cold shudder runs through Skadi. Sea terrors. They become sea terrors. How could you unhallowed things hope to understand? Yeah, I was literally about to say they're kind of like unit. I was thinking that last stream actually that they were like unitologists, because it's very much the, you know, turn into monsters and it's supposed to set you free, even though that's quite literally bullshit. Actually, now that I think about it, did I say it last stream or did I only think it? I'm not sure now. Enough, Bishop. Have I ever shown care for objective before? If you remember anything false, I invite you to forget it immediately. Your disgraceful conduct defies description. The only thing I mind is how much further your toxin might drift. This is far enough. You believed bringing one more would let you topple me with ease. You and your kind are alike. Oh, you and your kind alike. So self-confident. So stupid. I know that some of you chose to become sea terrors already. I fear that won't serve as trump card. Even if you can become a seaborn, Gaddy suddenly registers that the scent of a seaborn is drawn near. Moreover, it is not Bishop. Captain, Gaddy leaps forward, but a seaborn is already too close to Gladia. Much too close. Ah. Ouch. That is, ah. Huh. I'm fairly certain she's a playable operator, so I'm just going to cope for a little bit. With her speed, Gladia is able to dodge before the sound even cross it. But before anything, it requires that Gladia intends to dodge. Gladia had not even been aware. Gladia. His request was this, and so I did. Rest. Gadi, having witnessed the instant the monster impaled Gladia, now watches as it extracts its limb and leaves Gladia to crumple, ruin. A trap. It was a trap. Gadi had long readied herself to confront the seaborn, but why did Gladia not notice it? Did she allow herself to underestimate the enemy? Or did what happened expect to destroy her calm? Who is the hunter and who is the hunted? Moreover, who is Seaborn? Why? Why did Gladia choose to make the move here? She should have just said something to Skadi, and the two of them would have easily killed the bishop. Can this bishop truly not be a monster? Was the scent she smelled the whole time this Seaborn and not the bishop? What is this thing in front of her? Is it a sea terror? The bishop's transformation? A Seaborn? It's one of her unendingly long, despised enemies. Can it talk? Oh, so she's not actually familiar with this thing. Isham, I wanted to meet you. Gadi does not speak. Her hand reaches for her case as she watches the Seaborn's first move. Its first possible movement. I'm trying to think of... I don't recognize the word written. Is it... I'm wondering if it's a fictional language. It doesn't seem too different, actually, from earlier, actually. Earlier, as in the underwater temple of Cthulhu. It has that same sort of ring to it, like the Cthulhu, the Targan. Like, it's that sort of mashup of sounds that you wouldn't quite hear people say. Or it might be something specific, because Ishar does also sound like... I don't know, I'm wondering, it's either a fake language inspired by... or it's... or it is a language and I'm just not one that I'm just not familiar with. It just seems too familiar, that's the reason why anyway. Life and death are an instant apart. He wants the monster dead. Countless years buoyant. Countless years of road. Countless I lived, died. Sanskrit. Ah, I see. If that's the case, then that would make a little bit of sense. I'm not particularly familiar with Sanskrit, unfortunately. I've only heard some. Idiotic unfollowed. If the herald did not request you, all your unholy things would have been dead on the beach long ago. Faded god. Interesting, though. Bastard. Herald, put an end to this problem. Watching these people encroach on our ocean has always sickened me. That go to attack them. How many of our own kind have these things killed? These mixed breeds brought about by Aegir. Mixed breeds? Oh? Could it be you are not alone? And I will finish asking this question first. Shamla, sister. What? What? This, right now, you are not coherent of where you came from. I come from Aegir, monster. I am your natural enemy. You are not coherent. And let me tell you the truth of things. You are weak. What? What? No. No. What flows through you is our blood. Daddy has wondered so many times. Daddy knew he had some connection to them, but she blamed every last part upon the scars of the final battle left on her. Is that why they're attracted to her blood specifically? Because it's like them. But also, is that the reason why the Abyssal Hunters can breathe underwater but normal Asia can't? Have they been spliced with the sea creatures in order to, I guess, better fight against them? Like a super soldier that's been given the DNA of a threat in order to be better suited against it. That would be interesting. It makes sense then why the Abyssal Hunters are different to the rest of the Asia then. But she smells it. She knows it. She hears it. She recognizes it. Liar. Herald. You. What? Ishama. Your blood is our blood. Your bodies were. And then our blood entered. Right. Yes. They have sort of been given. I have a numerous bloodkin. They meet you. They die. They smell your scent, just as you smell ours. Also, admittedly, I am kind of giving them similar voices, just not as gravelly as the Abyss Heralds in Genshin. That's not entirely deliberate. It's just more so because I see them and they look very similar. So my mind just sort of went there. Notice how only true Abyssal Hunters have red eyes. Oh? They believe their fellow kin are trapped under your skins. They bite at your hide, flesh, regardless of danger, wishing to release their own kin. This, your, their sis, their sisters. I don't know that word. They have not prepared themselves, and they have not, at that point, the organs to really with. You are not trapping kin in your body. You are kin. Shamla. You are we. It is as if Seaborn's words carry some magical power. Yadi's oftenest train of thought returns to the past. When she and the other hunters executed sea terrors together, and the thicker the stench of blood, the more excited they became, the fiercer their movements, bodies responding to their same blood. I will wake you. You will recall that sensation. These bodies are frail. Things pass too quickly. I will help seek out. Stop. Stop. And yet, you wish to know. I know you wish to know. Daddy wishes to know. Daddy wishes to know just what she is in the end. He wishes to know why she must suffer so much misfortune. You kill us, Asia, and now you intend on being related to me? My blood and your blood are identical. You smell my scent exactly as we smell yours. You find us, kill us. When we do not understand, we kill you too. We feed the ocean. Our bodies provide ocean. Charm. We possess the same home. You killed my family. It was you who killed my mother, my grandmother, my little sister. Daddy wishes to know. No, we wouldn't. We do not go to Asia cities. What do you mean you don't? So many cities, all destroyed by you. Oh, okay, no, they do. Those cities are on our territory. Yeah. Even in the hinterland cities of Asia, you still hunt. No. No. We would not do that. Those who die in cities are unable to provide many. The Asia attacked us. We attack Asia. There is no difference. Those in your territory die by those in your territory's doing. Lies. Lies? I wish to know what lies mean. Liar, who? You said earlier, you wish to know. Gaddy is unable to move. Gaddy seems to have touched upon the Seaborn's thought. The Seaborn's message flows directly from its scent into the waters of her mind. She may do this. Of course, she... No. No. Shamla. The barrier between you and we is too strong. You have no way to pass on your ideas. Pass on your ideas to me. For you too know what we think. It is enough. My body has grown. It is able to speak. It is able to communicate with you. Language is bloated, not easy to use. You can only talk this way, but this way you are able to tell me. Shamla came to meet you. Gaddy knows. From every part of the sum of all of it, Gaddy knows. Seaborn would not lie. I and you are not. You often feel the creatures around you are unfamiliar to you. When you travel, you are able to sense the direction of the sea water, know much of what happened in the unlit ocean. Sometimes you sleep to feel you are swimming with we many. Oh my god, it is Shadow of Innsmouth. When the character finds out that he is also a fish person. Bruh, okay. That is awesome. Skadi's blood is already boiling. How could this be? How could this be? Gaddy understands. Gaddy sympathizes. Gaddy and the other hunters whisper. Gaddy and the other hunters are all monsters. Why did you have to tell me this? Why did you have to say this? He is a monster. He murders her own kind. She, for her own kind, murders her own kind. Someone at Hypergriff must have read H.P. Lovecraft books like that fish. Honestly, it would not surprise me. But I mean, the people at Hypergriff are so well read though. Like, all of the, not just like all of the historical things, all of the literary references, they have so much like knowledge of things. It's the thing that makes this game so amazing, as like in this terms of the story and the world building. It's just how much reference material they use for their own unique work. She by her own kind murders her own kind. The eyes of the people in the streets are filled with warmth. They don't know anything. The eyes from the research institute and in the tents are filled with ice. When the hunters sleep, there are patrollers guarding. No, those aren't guards. That night patrol doesn't serve the hunters. The patrollers are waiting for the hunters to become monsters. And she sees, she has seen, that sister of hers ate Jir, chewing the bones, corners of her mouth torn up until the captain had killed her. Her nerves have been infected by sea terrors. It may be that some kinds of sea terror has become a part of her body. I can't save her. No. That was because she no longer regarded Asia as her kin. He returned to her home, Bone Trail is inspired by book Troll. Oh, I vaguely know of that book. I might need to buy it and read it then. You have remembered. Gadi is sunken in the black, still sea. Her escape and defense were all meaningless. Her past and future were all meaningless. She is a sea monster. Sea terror. Seaborn. Aside from her, anyone and everyone probably knew. Sea monster. She's overthinking it now. Arknights not only making us read the game, but also making us read actual books now. And she has already committed the gravest sin. If she is a sea monster, if her brothers and sisters are here, then she recalls that which she did not resist, She feels calls to her mind, its tentacles softly folding over its own skin. I killed it. I killed her. Killed him. The bishop is in disarray, his questions now answered. His self-esteem and spite intermingle, yet he is unable to undo the truth that comes from the Seaborn's mouth. Yeah, he just realized they're not as unhallowed as he's been claiming. It cannot be. Why did we never before? Why could we never before see it? Why could we not find out? The wound that found its way through Gladia's chest was still gurgling with fresh blood. But in spite of it, her heart has not yet stopped pulsing. Shamla, I have a question to ask. Sham, lift your head up. Oh, don't worry. My next stream is going to be Stultifera Navis. I will be doing it before chapter 8 because I still need time to grind up a bit. Mechanically, Gadi raises her face and stares at the life form in front of her, calling itself her own brother. Her eyes are vacant. I killed it. You did not. I killed their god. I killed their Genozoic or Genozoic. I killed our Genozoic. I'm assuming that's as in the progenitor? Oh, you know, the thing where they all come from. I can't words today. It was either progenitor or progenigator. I think it's got more syllables than I'm giving it. I don't know. I think it is progenitor actually. Never mind. Progenitor, yeah. So hives tend to have a single source, like gene, basically. They all come from one thing, so they all come from a queen. specifically. Or, I suppose in this case, it seems like it's more of a king, a god, but you know, they tend to come from a singular biological code. Which is very different to us, you know. There isn't really one thing you can... Although in real world, most hives will replace its queen should she die. Very few creatures will die off if their progenitor dies. Although by the sounds of it, in this case, must be one of the creatures that would die off. Although then again, when the creature said, when that seaborn said you did not, either that's because she didn't actually kill it or it survived, or because something else took its place. So maybe they do get a new progenitor, I don't know. I killed him. He did nothing. And I still... Even my little sister was in Asia. All killed by the Asia. My sister, my mother, my grandmother. All my years of revenge were mistaken. From the very beginning. I never knew all of this. Everyone killed by the Asia. The Church of the Deep. The Asia. The seaborn does not lie. Then, my sin, Shamla, do not feel misgiven. We have no sin. You only did what you were able to do, Shamla. We can act without sin. But I acted for Asia. We killed so many. Her pupils are missing now, aren't they? It's just the red of her iris. Or am I only just noticing that she doesn't have pupils? The stench of blood gushes against the throat. Is it a sense of guilt? Not at all. Daddy is simply at a loss. She suddenly realizes the force that supported her for all these years, the impetus that led her to assume such vast suffering, has disappeared. All she has done, empty, void. For all of Asia, Daddy certainly isn't one to present so loftily. Finding a justification for herself is little else but isolation. Asia? How did Asia even look upon the Abyssal Hunters? Just what am I? What exactly have I lived? All of everything, and the reckless death defying me of back then. How are they even related? What am I even doing? That's quite a interesting story, and it's a trope that's generally quite well explored in a lot of media. You see it a lot in space operas as well, like, you know, humanity spreading out and colonizing new planets only to encroach on another civilization. But you also see other stuff too. There was a good horror movie about Wendigos, where because they started tearing down the forest, they moved into the town and started attacking. And then, of course, it actually happens in real life. Again, sticking with the forest theme, you cut down the forest, suddenly you've got bears in your street. And I suppose in this case, instead of bears, it's, well, sharks. Well, monsters, but you get the point. Though, it's hard to say because just how sentient are these creatures? I know this one in particular is very sentient, it's talking, but that doesn't seem to be the norm. It seems like it's the only one or one of the few. So I wonder if they're more like ants or any other kind of hive mind. Like, if that's the case, then it's difficult to determine right or wrong for the seaborn. Because they are reacting instinctively. You wouldn't really call fire ants, for example, evil for killing something that stepped on its nest, for example. If it's a hive mind, then they are probably very sentient. Well, you say that, but ants are a hive mind. They're not sentient, at least in the way of human. That's what I mean by sentience. I mean as in, like, morals, ethics, right and wrong, that sort of thing. That's capability which very few creatures have. The Seaborn's unmatured words pull her back to reality. If such violent vertigo and profound anxiety can amount to reality. I think it's like the Zerg, the lower ranks are animals, but the older ones are more intelligent. True, okay. Way back, Dad got out of traffic jam. Okay, nice. You believe you are an Aegir, though you are right to kill. You regard the others as your bloodkin, though you do so. We do not know, and when we attack you, you do so. You are right. Interesting. Yeah, it's an annoying thing because I don't know if there really is a term for the stuff beyond sentience. So, as a whole, we tend to just say sentience for when. A lot of the times when you hear someone say sentience, they're typically referring to people. Civilization? No, because civilization came after all that as well. Why? Shamala. Only Aegir. The scaleless. The finless. Your language contains sin. To do to survive is always right. So, you have no wrong. You can speak of anything you know. We have no want or will. We only speak and do not speak. I may ask question. Speak. In the end, this question has come. Daddy does not want to speak, but in her seaborn blood flows the truth. Would Asia be ignorant of who it was that murdered all her family? If there truly are seaborn that enter cities, would it really have been only her family who were hurt? Ishamala, under your attack, we lost our contact with it. Our ever close contact. We can only sense its pulse. We cannot hear its voice. The last time you swam together, the last time you attacked together, was then. Yes, she knows it clearly herself. Yes. In the end, only she alone was left. They tore the monstrous many to shreds, opened up the sky, charged into the dark. All the Abyss Hunters came out at full force. All her colleagues' lives were bled off under the soles of her feet. All the battles were fought that one instant. The instant he staked to life and stabbed. The sea monsters and the hunters' blood almost led the ocean to rot, death settling to the point where no life would ever be born anew. She saw him sink under. Before that, she saw that colossal eyeball staring straight at her. Felt something had connected with her own consciousness. She sensed her skin so tart, vision ear-splitting, and she smelt pain. And she so much as felt she had already gone mad. But she was so lucid. To live is lucid. Because he began to speak. So, when it once again sunk to sleep before you, did you hear it speak? Oh, hear it as it spoke. Daddy's blood is already near the point of burning away in her body. But he knows the answer. He knows he planned to leave the secret lie until her death. But yet, he spoke. The hardship we suffer is ever present. Daddy is not in time to say the word. The last fibre of resistance in Scaddy's heart drives her to blink incessantly. She sees one glimpse of Gladia clambering up a pool of blood. You, Harold. Ah, only next time. Gladia knows she should have dodged the last. Gladia did not act to dodge it. His bodily fluids audibly clog. Gladia. It comes in a voice. It's like a whimper. You are sturdy. Glad. Trash. I won't give you a single scrap of courtesy. Does anyone know of a real-world equivalent to Assyrian? Is it a fiction? Is there completely fictional, or does it have a real-world inspiration like some of the other nations? Atlantis. Okay, so probably not then. Well, okay, I know. Likely fictional. Okay, yeah. I mean, I figured the city, the nation, like the culture, the architecture, all that. I imagine that would be like Atlantis, but I was wondering if a language, like it could have been Greek or Egyptian. Most likely not Greek because, yeah, Minos exists, as you say. It could potentially have, if we were to go into it, it could have been like Egyptian to an extent, because the original story by Plato, you know, when Atlantis existed, ancient Greece didn't. Like, it was a long time ago, and it was more out into the Atlantic. But anyway, still. Technologically advanced civilization that vanished under mysterious circumstances into the ocean. Yeah, classic Atlantis. I wonder if they also became decadent before they vanished. The hunted should behave and scream wretched in their trap. You are the hunted, trash. The lance slides once again, in a single instant, cutting a great wound open upon the seaborn's body. Its fluids dribble out, corroding Gladia's arm. But her wounds likewise heal rapidly, extremely so. Okay, it's got acidic blood. Okay, first we've heard of the people feeling like there's something pressing against their chest, and now suddenly we've got acidic blood. Hypergriff, are you pulling an alien? You already got a glance at acidity. Yeah, that's true. You make a good point. I forgot about that. Sister, your signal's transmission. Then. Emotion, hatred. How could the hunted understand? Love, hate, pain, sorrow, joy, content. All are worthless in your eyes. You think these are dregs, that they are unnecessary, superfluous, don't you? Or Stargate Atlantis, where the whole city was a spaceship too. That would be funny if after Lone Trail, as they keep going towards the space-themed stuff, suddenly one of Asia's cities just ups and leaves. Hey, maybe that's how they can introduce Asia into into Enfield. Just suddenly a city decides to land somewhere. Long and fat for all the fish. Oh, I love that. I love the reference. Also, yes, Christmas, I do kind of feel like that was somewhat intentional. We have none of what you speak of. Then you have even less hope to understanding trash. We would rather the superfluous within us and want to live on that way. We are not you. Landia. Emotion. Truly such strong emotion. You can't even hope to sing. Die now. Why? This be? Glad you're talking like a toxic COD player. Why was her body able to recover from such grievous injuries? With force, Gladia pulls her lance from the seaborn's body, leaps to Skadi's front, landing as though floating. If Biostar ever makes an OVA out of Undertides, I want Karma to voice first talk. Oh god. I would probably faint if I got the offer. And I think my throat would hate me for the rest of my life. Nadia has struggled free, or perhaps she knows that if she didn't, Seaborn would have crushed her in the next second, no matter its intent. Violently, she draws her lance horizontal. Though the Seaborn doesn't wish to, the bishop surely wants to kill Skadi. And she, Gladia, an abyssal hunter captain, the duty to protect her own hunters. I really respect voice actors for being able to maintain their voice and switch their voice on the fly for different characters. Honestly, yes. Like, I admit voice acting is something that I really wanted to do before, but it's just it's so difficult. It is like really difficult to do. Well, it doesn't matter that she's not part of her own company. In the sea of her mind, a breadth of thoughts fly past like lightning, yet not one considers her own injured state. because it is entirely enough now. The body's current condition suffices for her to kill off anyone. The seaborn's body is jerking, convulsing. His regenerating flesh braces the frame. Blood constantly pours fresh from Gladia's wound. Gladia's veins, arteries bulge, head to toe. She cannot break free of the awareness and the tremendous nervous signals that the seaborn brought to her. The ocean is serenely wide, vast, its sons and daughters delighting both the roles of hunter and hunted. Oh yeah, it was a cutscene. There was no stage. A beautiful monster is a monster nevertheless. A human monster is a monster nevertheless. I like that phrase, a beautiful monster. I recognize the tiles. I recognize the tiles. I recognize the moss covered or the algae covered tiles. I don't recognize the map, but I recognize the theme. Egg trauma, yeah, CC8. I love it. I didn't even play the proper CCA. I only played the daily, and it's still... Or is it 9? One of the two. CC8 was near light theme. Oh yeah, 9. Okay. Okay, well... Choke point, a singular choke point. That's pretty decent, actually. 170. Okay, not too bad. I think for now I'm going to keep it as it is. If it doesn't work, I'll change it out, but we'll see. At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do. Let's go right in. Also, why am I reading that me being tied up? Who's saying that? Why? No tying the cat up. Mixed breeds. You mixed breeds. World, what is the meaning of this? Why are they still alive? What of theirs is worth sparing? You must have realized they were nothing like you when they first when they slaughtered our bloodkin. You are a holy being, and they are mere filth. Very flexible, eh? We hacked away at your kind with cold weapon so as to not expose you or our technology. That way, you will never become something we can't deal with. Well, that just kind of reminds me of the goblins from Goblin Slayer, where if you use better weapons with them, they'll learn how to make it themselves. Definitely going to need to hydrate more throughout this. Hopefully that guy stays dead so I don't have to do more of that voice. Tom was making the bishop sound more British than himself. Yeah. I mean, for a while I've always given him that sort of holier-than-thou voice. Because, you know, bishop. So I've always been trying to give him more like sort of sophisticated-y kind of thing, but I admit I've sort of failed now that I can't keep up the voice I originally used for him with the more panicked and angry tone. But I guess I overestimate. You don't seem very sensitive at all. Can't even adjust this much. He's in his third breakdown. Looks like you just can't adapt to blades forged by ancient technology. Am I right? Oh, he's still alive. Herald, she is insulting you. Bishop, oh Bishop, can't you tell? Yeah, I am confident I can kill you. And I could have done so right from the start. That was a low roll. that was a low roar, apparently. Why won't you accept? They are my sisters. No, they are your sisters too. Rouse you. Bishop. And of course, dear, too. Just because your brothers swam from shallow seas, you no longer recognize them as your brothers. You haven't looked back even once. Our tribe cares. No, it's nonsense. Do you believe every single word in that good book you're holding? Let me remind you, Bishop, that you, too, are spreading heresy in full view of the Iberians. Is she an Inquisitor? Has she joined... Okay, I might have missed it earlier. Has she joined the Inquisitors? Because I was thinking before something she said sounded very Inquisitor-like. And then suddenly... No? Oh, okay. There was something before and it was like, huh. She sounded a little bit like... sounded a bit like something the... Well, no, it was just because something she said earlier made me think, oh, that sounded a little bit like the High Inquisitor. And then it was that, and it was like, oh, that sounded like directly from the Inquisitor Manifesto. No, she was making an observation. Oh, okay. I think it's also partly the outfit that made me think of it as well. Because, you know, she has a similar sort of get-up as that sort of fancy thing. But also, yeah, I also forgot that she's in Asia and the Iberians hate them. So that is kind of... It doesn't matter to me one bit what this thing tells me. But you are from the Church of the Deep. Perhaps you could be taking notes? Kill them. Kill them. Herald, do it. Their crimes are grave and unforgivable. They spout blasphemy against you and the sea. I like that the so-and-so, the quote-unquote herald, doesn't even give a shit. Like, this guy has been like, oh, worship you, you are a holy being. And I just imagine, like, if they had a little bit more of a personality, these seaborns would be like, lol, who the fuck are you? It's just like, I swear he cares more about it than they do. They're just like, bruh, we're animals. We just want to swim around and maybe kill things that encroach on our land. Shush. But then it's also this part, because it's like, it's really weird though that you can still see the, I don't know what to call it, audacity? No, not audacity. There's just something, it's something about the fact that the bishop talks to the seaborn. Well, no, the bishop acts like the seaborn is, you know, a holy thing, like something divine and above him. And yet he's constantly giving it orders. Like, there's something... I suppose it's like, imagine a priest trying to order an angel to do something. It's like, the audacity. What? Who the fuck do you think you are? Because obviously in this case, yeah, it doesn't really matter because they're not really like holy beings. They're just creatures. But it's still, it's like, using his logic, it's stupid. It's like, what makes you think you would have, you know, you see this thing as a divine being. Why are you then giving it orders? Like, it's like an entitlement. It's like an entitlement of sorts. Because you worship the thing, you expect something out of it. I think you don't understand the seaborn yet. No, of course not. I'm only going by the bishop's point of view at the moment. If that is your wish, I shall do it. It doesn't matter to you at all, does it? It doesn't matter if I ask this of you. You said so yourself. You will kill them. Yes, it doesn't matter to me. Then kill the wandering singer first. Kill the one in the red dress. Trash. If I tell you to kill the person behind you, the bishop who's dressed like a strand of kelp, will you do it? Yes. Oh, I like the sound of this. Because he is my kin. So he calls out to me. So do you. Ah, humans. Asia are vile and hideous, aren't they? Admit it, Bishop. We are all foolish Asia, and we like to apply what we think to low-life beasts. You don't understand it at all. You mixed blood. Well, if all you want to do is protect us, why not refuse? Refuse? Do I refuse? Enough. Looks like you indeed are low life. That's about as deep as you can swim. But listen up, trash. I won't ask you to kill the weakling behind you. You are prey. Who to beg prey to do something? Also, gamer, you kind of make, like, as much of a ha-ha funny as it is, you kind of make a good point, because the bishop must be pretty annoyed that the people he hates are, well, I suppose practically demigods almost, assuming he really does see the Seaborn as a divine being in the way that he said before. Want to hurt her? You will listen to his suggestion and kill Skadi, my hunter? You don't need that answer anymore, do you? Have other ways. Even with her dead. As long as there's a way, it doesn't matter to me. But you told me. Refuse. Way too soon. Oh. Whatever. If you have your heart set on killing her, you must go through me. Now, Gladia. Wherever you get to, or wherever you get to live, and whether your flesh will continue to function, this is to decide. And let us decide that by hunting each other, yes, you will prey on each other. You will prey on my on. Pin. Okay.
Let's go! Oh, speaking of which, what was our objective again?
Forwards!
Yes.
安心して背中をつけていいよ。
Oh, they're gonna start shooting at the thing. Oh yeah, they do stop it. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Oh, that is gonna be annoying. But at the same time, I don't really want to just... Well, I can't now. I can't let this one go now because it's... Oh, there's 3 of them though. Oh, I'm gonna have to move someone in.
Draw swords.
Your orders.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys.
Oh well, poor helper.
Got it.
Egg.
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious.
任務を開始。
Are you hallucinating?
風丸ハゲ。
Poison hiss.
Welcome back still. Aww. No, don't attack the defense
Will
robot.
slowly burn your life away.
Okay.
Are you hallucinating?
Yes. Wait.
Poison hiss.
That is the boss first to talk. There it is. What did I even do?
Are you hallucinating?
Ow! I was just about to redeploy. Oh, rip. I am going to do this first.
Poison hiss.
That does nothing. Yep, that most certainly does nothing. Okay, I need...
体に違和感があったらすぐ押す。指示にして体に違和感があったらすぐ教えてね。
Got it. Awaiting order. Cut them to pieces.
Come on! Wake up, Gabriel! Why are you not... Oh, we don't attack while they...
指示に従う体に違和感があったらすぐ教えてね。
Okay, it's dead. Nice. You did the daily CC with this boss, right? Yes, I did. At the time, I didn't understand it. So I was so confused as to why everyone died so quickly. But that now makes a lot more sense. Anyway, that was relatively decent at least. I don't know if any went through, actually. I didn't check, but oh well. Gladia has pissed. Why? Of all the things I could misread, why did it have to be that word? And I said it with my serious reading voice as well. Not a word, okay? Not a word. Gladia has pierced through the seaborn's body once again. Oh, I'm in tears. Oh, that... Oh, I can't believe it. The seaborn is about to die. The seaborn does not turn its face towards the bishop. The bystanders have no idea whether the seaborn actually had eyes, but Skadi can feel the monster's gaze. At the very least, that is how she feels. It is looking at the bishop. The shapeless tides are washing away at the bishop, his robe way down on his body, almost crushing him. Seaborn is not addressing him. Do you think you are more like me or him? Yeah. You are strong. God, it's difficult to maintain that voice. I feel like I've made the voice weaker and weaker as well, and that is not deliberate, even though he is dying. That is just happy coincidence. Gladia merely looks at her prey with a cold stare. Emotions. Kinsmen will learn it. There is much we are passing on. We will try to pass them on to you as well. Shamla, live. It's good to be alive. Our bloodkin find you again. And they will ask you. We don't know how to ask questions. We will learn. And it's dead. Not gonna lie, I kind of liked the Seaborn. I liked how, I suppose, expressive, but also how kind of juvenile in a way. Like it's still that sort of, you know, immaturity behind it. Like it needs, like it still has a lot to learn. Oh, well. I mean, who knows? Maybe if the Seaborn were to develop and evolve a bit more, maybe they could actually try some diplomacy with Asia. Unless, of course, the ones that lead the Seaborn are more conscious than that. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't want to. Maybe there is something there that has that higher function, but just not doing it anyway. I definitely do want to learn more about them, though. I can't wait till the next event as well. Slowly, the Seaborn kneels down. Its body will stand no longer. It merely curls like a rapidly withering flower. It's dead. Gowdy breathes a sigh of relief. No, She has yet to recover from learning the truth. But the prey's death has truly made her felt it was alive, and now it's not. And mixed breeds. The bishop raises his voice. His coarse voice reverberates his throat, slivering through the debris left behind by the intense battle, as though his vocal cords could not contain his mumbling. Yet Gladia does not so much as look his way. Oof, disrespect. Yes, step right up. It's your turn now. This piece of trash, all by himself, and the sea terrors outside probably aren't from the same tribe. They must be yours. I will tear you to shreds. Blasphemy will be punished. I will do it myself. I will take care of you mixed bloods right here, right now. It's precious, but to keep you alive would be a waste of resources. One of you is heavily injured, and the other cannot as much as move. I will scatter what's left of you across the land, so you will be eaten by the most lowly land creatures. I can easily kill you two. Enough with the show. Unlike that piece of trash seaborn, you at least used to be human. And now you are pretending to still be one. That just makes me want to puke. Freaks, apparently. This is where you would play. Forget about me, did you? Oomst. Daddy rolls her eyes as Gladia grins. Oh? The bishop starts for a second before he turns around. Wait, what's her name, Specter? Whatever, awake? No, I don't think Gaddy would be rolling her eyes if it was, Specter. It must be someone else. Someone that she knows. Outfit. Don't do this to me. SV9. Hello, Tor. He may be very smart, but he is also too paranoid. Taken together, that makes him not very smart. Compared to the boundless ocean, he is nothing. Oh god, that sounds like something Calcit would say. Oh no. Oh, Elite 220. Okay, interesting. Okay, another... Not sure I like this. It's a single choke point, but this might be difficult. Oh wait! Is it this map? I've seen things before. There was like a big enemy, but it wasn't like a normal tower defense. It was just there, static, like any other RPG game. Is it this one? Oh god. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need some range then. Well, I've got range. I might get... Oh, no. I've got Amia. I can use her ult. Comedian flower. I assumed so because there were tiles next to it, but it's just like, do I want to be near it? Is the question. Okay, let's go in anyway. Daddy, can you move? I don't know. It's tough to keep that kind of feeling under control. It's hard not to think about it. Hello, Navi. How are you doing? I can't move my fingers. It feels like my nails will all swim away if I try to. Ugh. Oh, that's not an imagery I want to think. Ugh. Your neural cells are rapidly metabolizing. Remember, you are a hunter. It can't do anything to you. And hello, Tanik. Is thinking about that going to help? You don't want to become a seaborn. This will help wonders. Okay. I think I can still pick up my weapon. Mixed blood without a weapon. Another who's injured. Third one that's infected. Miss Calcit. What can you even hope to accomplish? Look at that expression of yours. Are you starting to think yourself noble now? Me? Wait, strange. I'm afraid you misunderstood. I might have felt sorry for the Seaborn, but if you think I can feel the same about you have another thing coming. Once I kill you, it'll all be over. Do you really think there's a saxophone in her case? Little Mermaid, how much longer will you sleep? Open your eyes. The things that happened in the past can't possibly have you trapped. She was a mere test subject as well. Dark, you've been awake for a while, haven't you? The bishop turns around. There, he finds Specter. Oh, it is Specter, okay. Broking the glass of the water tank. He looks at the bishop with a curious and gentle gaze. What? Even such a high-density Origininium liquid? The bishop stumbles backwards. A little, but then remembers the two abyssal hunters standing behind him, petrifying him. Specter mouths a few words. There seem to be some really ferocious words. A whole lot of C words in this sentence. Age of profanity. It's great to see you here. Great to see you're the same as ever, Shark. Ugh. I've almost forgotten she was always used to be like this. Daddy kicks open the box. There is a blade inside. Yes, the great sword had been inside the box the whole time. Alongside a circular saw with a long handle. Oh, isn't that Specter's weapon from the animation? My hand still feels rather numb. I didn't spend all these years of Rhode Island to come unprepared or something like this. Here. 5-star Specter's weapon. I think I have Specter, now that I remember. I think she's one of the ones that I'm starting to level up. Guddy bends back a little and vigorously throws the saw at the glass tank. The bishop hurriedly dodges, but the circular saw sweeps up a gale that manages to tear open a wide hole in his long robe. Right before the merciless weapon lands on the glass tank, shatters it to pieces. A pale white hand shatters the glass pane herself. Just as the water inside spills out from the tank, a hand grabs onto the saw without regard the sharp shards of glass flying in the air. Caught between her hand and the handle of the saw, the glass shards immediately shatter into fine glittering dust that spills from the grass between her fingers. Either is wrong. Needless to say, Specter's hand is completely unharmed. The hunter has awakened. Specter has awakened. She sounds a lot more powerful than everyone else. She sounds like she's more powerful than the others. Or at the very least, it's one hell of an intro. Here I was thinking I could keep being the courteous lady I am for just a little longer. Specter answers with an ill-boding grin. I've spent such a long time as an adorable, well-behaved nun. I wasn't sure how I'd approach you two. Enough. I'm out already. In a very long time. I'm not sure if I'm more used to how you are now, or back when you were all deranged and high-strung. Before the bishop can come back to his senses, the predator in the water tank has already broken out of her fragile cage. She begins to hack away at the one responsible for this string of events with her saw. A scream echoes through the cave. Wow, so tough. Dark, come back. The seaborn now. A foul stench fills the air. It is then that Scuddy realizes what has actually been the source of this strange phenomenon. Captain, Specter, let's get out of here. The three of them realize what is about to happen. Mixed bloods. Roy. The bishop's body begins to expand rapidly. As his body grows, he swings his long appendages around in sweeping motions, smashing the walls of the cave to a crumble in an instant. You. Push. Luck. Too far. Oh God. There it is. Very Bloodborne-esque. The bishop's skull cracks open between his eyes. His eyelids break off from his large eyeball. The hunter's retreat is reflected in the glass objects that lie nearby. That lie there, rather. Countless tentacles quickly bulge out from what had been its slender, frail body. They then swipe at these insects that it had once only ridiculed. Seawater begins to fill the cave, just as the bishop's body continued to expand. The bishop's wriggling destroys all the equipment in the vicinity. The body is no different than that of the seaborn, yet the anger it exudes is undoubtedly human. Noisily and hurried twitching sounds. Okay. What did he grow this big all of a sudden? What did he do to the stuff? All this meat in his body? What did he do to stuff all this meat in his body? Look, his head split into two. Remember, that right side is mine. Bruh. Sounds, I guess. How come you people are always howling? At least not little children sound, yeah. Act quick, or your prey will get away. Either that, or it will die at the hands of another hunter. You. What the hell is skeleton rocking sound? I don't know of any skeletons that rock. You. Mixed odds. Look at him. So sore-headed. that he can't even form a full sentence. He's not human anymore. Phrases like this one are only valuable when the hunters hunt them. Let's go. Go up. The giant monster, once human, chases after the three minuscule hunters. Its body is continuing to expand. It longs to destroy everything and to tear all that refutes its beliefs to shreds. They all dash towards the end of this path upwards. Meanwhile, the water begins to surge upwards as the monster's body continues to grow until the water has finally reached the top of the path. Chapel. The waves broil in the hunter's surroundings, sending splashes flying towards their fingers and feet. The seawater brushes their fingertips. They have made it home. What's going on? The earth is shaking. Is it the hill next to the shore? Looks like something's falling. I can't see through the window here. Is that the chapel? The house is shaking too. My box, the food, and my Petra. Everyone, please head outside with me at once. It is dangerous to stay inside. What am I doing? Wasting my breath. Alright, come. Inquisitor, you lifted Grandma Petra up in one go? Stop standing around. I know you understand what I'm saying. Do you have any idea what old this house is? It's going to collapse after a few quakes. I'm not sure what's happening at the chapel, but they went there. Things might even... whatever happens next, not going to be my problem. Drywall, brick, stone column, Uncle Fireplace. Take my hand. Drywall, bring a few people with you. Follow the Inquisitor. Let's get out. Phew. Finally. Looks like everyone made it. The hill. The chapel. Food. Food. Priest. You're still worried about that wolf in sheep's clothing? Like you don't know who put you in this situation. Very well. You. Where you are. Come back. Grandma Petra. You open your eyes. I'm here, Grandma. Hey, watch out! Rocks. They're falling from the roof. Inquisitor, did you block that for us? You... The elderly woman gripped tightly onto the Inquisitor's sleeve. Grandma Petra is looking at you, Inquisitor. She's thanking you. Hold on tighter then. You're bleeding. It was that bash I took just now. And it hurts too. You helped me when the sea terror attacked me too. We'll call ourselves even. Why am I even doing this to begin with? It's not like any of you are ever scared of anything. You don't even run away when your lives are in danger. Does that even count as being alive? A song. Still stuck in my head. Inquisitor, the singer isn't here. Is that going to be a problem? Problem? I guess what you think is the problem isn't that kind of problem. You know what she's like. If she does actually have a problem, I'm sure the answer to your question wouldn't be too shabby. If you want to know how that will turn out, you'll just have to wait. Perhaps she will actually give you a decent answer. We're almost there to the chapel. It isn't stopping. Oh, Jesus. Wow. The tentacles reach upwards, crushing all the rocks, falling into dust. The gravels collide into the surrounding wall and cause them to fissure. What is Gladia doing? I just realized they're all there, and she's just sort of, whoop, I'm just gonna ride this column of water up the side of the wall. Don't mind me. Or are they looking down? No, because that's still very, very plank-like. Specter's saw is rumbling. At the moment the tentacles draw near, smirk appears on her face. Have you seen Gladia S3? No. Looking up? Maybe. But it's still kind of a... No, because they're still very... The way they're angled, regardless of how they look, it would be... She slides into the battlefield with water. Oh! I wonder how long it has been since I had to take on a prey like you. This was becoming delightful. Specter swings her saw in one horizontal stroke, striking it on the wall. A huge hole appears in the granite rock face. She uses the momentum to flip herself up. At the same time, the sword traces a greyfish path beneath her that intersects the tentacle. A sharp slicing sound rings through the air, slicing the tentacle too. With her hair fluttering in the air, the nun grabs what had been part of the stairs and pushes before continuing her dash towards the chapel. She gazes at the cross-section of the tentacle, a few tiny spores are bulging out of the translucent white area. Do you hear that? Cells are screaming just like us. And it could hardly be called one before. Suddenly, the tip of its severed tentacle releases the spores, and several sharp-edged streams of liquid gush out towards hunters. Gadi flips the sword and presses the blade against her body as a shield. The three liquid streams hit the blade, pushing Skadi back by several meters. The liquid splashes onto the rock face nearby, pouring a few small holes through before evaporating. The pressure's even higher than the water jet. Oh, sorry, it's her talking. The pressure's even higher than the water jet on my workbench. It's looking at us. Think of something. Is this going to keep growling without end? Ah, right. Oh, all of a sudden, the eyes on the head of the bishop let out a strange beam. An energy beam? That moment, Gladia's lance slashed the slight organ of the bishop. You have Gladia. I do not know. A hard membrane layer immediately covers the monster's eyes. The lance tip leaves a long trail of scar on the membrane. It then leaps upwards as the monster howls in vexation below. The hunters are almost there to the bottom of the building. The chapel's floor has already crumbled away during their fierce battle. There are only a few seconds left until they can make it to the top. However, Gladia slows down. Swordfish? We're almost done. Going by its size and weight, this should do the trick. Get ready. The monster's body lets out a strange sound. The noise of the mountain collapsing and its strange howl are mingled together as they reverberate throughout the chapel. Yet, its hunt has come to an abrupt end. How could this be? The monster is confident. Its power comes from the sea. Their assault is unstoppable. All they have to do is reach out their consciousness, and the answer will reveal itself. Its tentacles can almost reach the nun's leg. It will pull her down into the ground, drag her back, tear her apart. Yet it cannot reach her. It realizes its tentacles cannot extend any further. That difference of 4 centimeters between it and its prey feels as wide as the deep trenches of the sea. As her sword revolves in the air, the nun quickly twists herself around. Like seagrass in a turbulent current, tilts her weapon downwards, ready to counter. It mustn't give her this opportunity. It mustn't let them any chances at all. The bishop is starting to fret. That is, his blood temperature allows for that. It needs to evolve. It needs to evolve further. Its inner shell still be able to expand further and break free from its flesh. It should be able to fill its signum with blood before ejecting it in all directions like spikes. Its neural system should be able to release electric currents, and the tips of its tentacles should be able to harden and be used as weapons. Is this telling me how it's going to fight? Its body should not be rooted to the ground of the sea. It should be able to move. Yes, it should move. And it should then be able to slither and swim among the rubble, leap upward, and pull their bodies into its coils, crush them. Evolve. It must evolve and evolve. But suddenly, it remembers the seaborn, and it realizes that seaborn was unconcerned about its life. The tribe will continue. Their future is prolonged. Their descendants will evolve. Their descendants. Its descendants. Descendant. Not itself. The bishop's ability to reason is frozen dead in its already dissolved skull. Evolution is something that concerns the entire group of generations to come. It has nothing to do with itself individually. It will die. Its only plausible outcome is to die here in despair. No. Did Seaborn despair? Are its hopes being shattered only because it had been an Aegir? It starts to struggle desperately with its external tentacles, while its inner ones reach out to its consciousness. It no longer understands anything. It cannot begin to understand just what was it that pushed it to suppress what it had been its kinsman, spurred its growth, and led to its downfall. This is as far as it can grow. The sea terrors are making their way up here by following its pheromone. But they won't be here in time. They are not fast enough. It won't reach those rich nutrients in time. The Seaborn are not God. They are a different kind of organism. And so it is. This is just as far as it gets. Its body will feed the sea. Having finally come to this realization, the bishop screams in terror, but its lungs have already been transformed into a kind of filtration organ. All it can do is hopelessly let its fist continue they're beating. An intense stream of gas gushes out of its mouth. It desperately curls its all too long body. Gas that streams out lets out a sharp shriek as it passes through the beast's layers of teeth, sending the entire chapel trembling. The monster is unable to escape. It is prey, and the hunters have already found their prey. Oh, that is an awesome image. Also, I love how Skadi and Gladia are just like, you know, every day at the office, just as it is. And then you've got Specter with a kind of like puffed up cheeks, kind of cute, just smirking, smiling like, yes, nice. Just like that meme with Baby Yoda looking down as the Mandalorian snipes at the at those I forgot what they're called, but like that meme where it was like, yes, die scum. Now, this is payback for everything you've done to me. You could say I've really gone easy on you. Don't let it get away. We've made a pretty big ruckus already. We'll let you off the hook for the other hunters, Bishop. But this one strike is for my family and my friends. Of both sea and lands. Of all of whom you murdered. Die, bastard. Like flowers blossoming in the sea, the hunters slam downwards straight away with the stone-cold weapons in their hands. I don't think I know of any flowers in the sea that do that, but I will allow the imagery, I guess. The bishop makes an attempt to retreat back into its cave. Prey animals tend to think their nests are the safest of all locations. Its response was etched into their bodies tens of thousands of years ago. As the enormous creature pulls away, the path begins to collapse as it twists and turns. The mountain crumbles away like cake, large chunks of rock falling down like crumbs. The bishop flees. It is fast, so fast that it has exceeded the limitations of living organisms. Its body possesses all the qualities that predators and survivalists only dream of. As long as it makes it back to its nest and seals off the path, its enemies will have no way to follow, and it will swallow them as they sleep. All it needs to do is make it back to its nest. But it's all too late. In their swift fall downwards, the hunters look just like shooting stars. A sight that those who live in the deep sea rarely have the opportunity to witness. With his desires and plans clouding his head, the bishop has, of course, never looked up at the night sky to enjoy that spectacle. But they are different. When the abyssal hunters fight for their lives and escape from the melancholy and sacrifice, they swam upwards. And when they finally reached the surface, they could only solemnly gaze upon the star-filled night sky. The hunters have all etched the destiny of these short-lived stars into their hearts. What do you mean short-lived stars? Despite everything, the darkness will still be broken. Now die. As in go away with the night end. Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, because if stars are going out, that's a little bit concerning. The 3 shooting stars illuminate the deep passageway. The bishop is horrified. There's no lungs and no vocal tracts. Its thundering sound as it closes is as close as it gets to a scream for its current body. Basically, the bishop is, I have no mouth and I must scream. Here we go. Believer.
Let's work to make the world a more peaceful place.
Fear not! Here I come!
Ah. I've heard this thing before.
Doctor はきっと緊張で筋肉が固まると治療に良くないんだ。力を抜いて。
ロックンロール。ディオポーレント。
I don't like this. I'm putting her there.
悪くない位置取りだね。
アップルパイ。
Oh, this music. This has so much health.
バラージュ。
God.
医者ならここに。ここだよ。
君にできるかな。
私ならここに。ロックンロール。
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
アップルパイ。
Oh, this song. Yeah, she's not getting help.
I might be your doctor. ディオポーレント。
Doctor, leave the big guys to me.
私の出番？ My toxicant is ready.
抗ってみなよ。
Oh, why?
Poison kiss.
I'll charge the relax. It'll be over in an instant.
おバカさんたち、僕が相手だよ。
Ah.
Forwards.
That one's gonna go through. I... No, there's literally nothing I can do here. I can't play defensive. I have to play offensive.
医者にすぐ見せないと。
I'm gonna stick with the same setup just for now.
みんなの命より大事なものはないよ。安全に気をつけてね。
Fear not! Here I come!
安心して背中を預けていいよ。
I'm gonna need to put defense down soon. Well, I can't really. Maybe I can.
Doctor, who's next?
ドクターはきっと気分は良くなった？
I mean, brute force is working at the moment. Oh, I should have put in a... That's unfortunate though.
Let's begin.
緊張で筋肉が固まると治療に良くないんだ。力を抜いて。
No, not that one.
Got it.
ドクターはきっと僕らを
Awaiting. You can't stop me.
怪我人はいない。はーい。一歩も引かないよ。
Face me!
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, Squidward on the chair.
Poison kiss. 君にできるかな。I'll do my best. Are you hallucinating? What are your orders? 私ならここにそれだけに気を取られないで。怪我してるよ。Are you afraid of me? ちょっとからかってあげようっと。My toxins will slowly burn your life away. 任務を開始する。
My heavy hitter's gonna die.
Got it. Cut them to pieces.
Yep, there it goes.
Forwards!
バラージュ。
It's dead. Nice.
風丸影。ロックンロール。
There we go. I had no...
Speeding up!
ロックンロール。
Come on.
バラージュ。
傷も痛みも僕が消してあげるよ。
ディオポーレント。
Cut them to pieces.
Okay. Nah, she's gonna deal with them, that's fine.
ドクター、ここが僕のホームだよ。アップルパイ。危険？
Your orders.
Fear not!
ディ オポーネント。抗ってみなよ。
Come on, shooter.
ロックンロール。
I mean, I might not even need blue poison, to be honest. I'll put it down just for safekeeping.
アップルパイ。
There we go. Where's the fourth? The tentacles? Machine. Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna go anyway. No, 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 no.
Kiss.
Let it go. It's done its job. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
Right, yeah, so that boss was actually relatively easy when you just flat out attack it. I was too defensive before. Among the debris and crumpled walls, the monster's bloated corpse fills much of the cast cave. Its bizarre body, which had until now emanated a strange sense of beauty, begins to stiffen as it dreads its impending doom. It's leaking water everywhere. Let's finish it off. We need to go. Oof, yikes. Yeah, I can definitely see how that would work, and I can definitely see how thorns would ruin it as well. Like, it just would not stand a chance. I mean, my Gavial was doing decent work to it. Why do blind Philistines get to live, while I must fail when I have dedicated my entire life to this noble goal? A mere pets of Asia, blind and stagnant, for nothing but a nuisance to science and the future. I am so close to the truth. Why must I die here while you get to escape the punishment you deserve? I have come so far. My will and my flesh are on the verge of exceeding the limitations of man. Why? 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 Shut up. Asia will fall. Nothing you will be left of you. Nothing. You fall. I'm Asia. As long as I'm alive, Asia is alive. You. Ironic. How ironic. You are different. You are destined to be different. You know it. Your destiny is all that is set in stone. Enough of your nonsense. Just die already. That's the one thing I ask of you. And I'm being plenty sincere about this. Curse you. Curse you all. Until the lands fall, you will flee the sea, only to find yourself dissolved in its waters like salt. On the barren wastelands lined with your fall, our ceaseless wave will engulf all of the world's land. Gladia seems to be trying to control herself. The last bit of her courtesy is merely a byproduct of the contempt she cannot contain. The bishop whimpers as he reaches his limb out to Gladia, but before it could reach the hunter, the limb has twitched, curled into a ball. The bishop is dead, and he will be forgotten completely. Oh, ouch. Gladia looks at Specter and Scaddy. I like how Gladia was the one that pretty much had her chest hollowed out, and yet she's having to help someone else up. Also, Scaddy looks so half-assed doing this. It's like, oh, okay, if I must. Did I beat the boss? Yes, I did. He is gone, at long last. This has finally come to an end. I ended it by my own hands, yet nowhere near as satisfying as I imagined. It's just a flesh wound. Yeah, she does look shorter than the two of them. You can clearly see Gladia bending her knees slightly to hold up Spectre as well. Compared to all they've done to me, this is far from enough. But that's one down. Two to go for us. Two more? I mean two more? Ugh, I'm getting a little dizzy. How come... Well, how did I come to this place? It feels almost like a dream. Dark? I can't stay awake for long after all. We finally have their tentacles caught. We grab it now and pluck at its roots. Pluck its roots out there. We will definitely find a way to heal you. That isn't a big problem. As it stands, they cannot control me. And I feel exceptionally well. The feeling of freedom. Who could have known I would get to experience it now? This has me so elated. It feels as though I'm flying high with excitement. Though, Captain, I'm afraid I heard everything you said. Was the bishop saying we will become seaborns too? Captain, will you become one of those more formidable kinds? Quite strong. That won't happen. You're way too different from them. I hope my actions didn't put you two in harm's way. Well, I mean, yes, they did. Ask you a few questions for me. Ask away. Is there seaborn blood flowing in our veins? Yes. You are here to figure out the cause of the problem in Specter's body, and you took that blow. You took that blow to figure out why the seaborn was looking for. Yes, that's right. And you knew from the start that the bishop wasn't the only seaborn here. Yes. Do you know what I did after the final battle? Was borderline suicide. I don't. Did we win? I don't know. I lost contact with Ija. Are we abandoned by Ija? Yes. The Abyssal Hunters are like bait. Yes. The Abyssal Hunters are like a glow at the bottom of the sea. Yes. The Abyssal Hunters are strong. yet their strength is but a tiny fraction of Asia's power. And she did it all while watching the bishop corrupting several cities. Yep. He put quite a lot of people in harm's way. Yes. The only thing special about the Abyssal Hunters is that they are indeed related to the sea monsters somehow. Also, that thing over there looks like... Okay, no. For a moment, it looks like a monster. Yes, but Gladia did mention to the bishop about how he goes from town to town. So even if there are multiple bishops, he's still doing multiple towns along the coast. Anger rages Skadi's crimson pupils. But there is a tiny bit of hope. How much of it is real? And how much of it is fake? We're not. I love this image. And again, I like how Gladia and Skadi are quite stone-faced, and something is up with Specter. She's very, you know, not quite there, if you catch my drift. 3 girls after 1 wild night. Yeah. Post-club mornings be like. We're not... Okay, let's go. How snappy. No reason to dawdle around. I'm an abyssal hunter. I'm expecting to be like, dude, where's my car? It's somehow different for you girls in your squad. All abyssal hunters are like that. This place is about to collapse. Besides, as though lured here by the bishop's lifeless body, the sea terrors are boring into the cave through the fissures. A huge number, no less. 3 hunters are walking... Oh, this one. 3 hunters walking the seacoast way, yeah. There's too many of them. Skadi, I need you to apply yourself here. You're the only one whose arms and legs aren't all scraped up. What do you want me to do? My hands are numb already. When was the last time you had to stick your hands into their mouths to tear them to 2? About 3 seconds ago. Gladia turns around and sticks her hand into the mouth of one of the monsters, piercing its entire body through its head. She quickly swings her arm, and unable to withstand the force of the hunter it is exerting on its body, the monster is torn into 2 from inside before being flung away. Just now. No. As long as its body is still there, there will be no end to the sea terrors. It's summoning them. It's an anchor. We'll need to destroy the body then. Burying it won't be quite enough. I'll do it. When you have a huge hole in you? You two. Why are you here? What are you? What are you doing here? Why are you everywhere? Why are you in every event that happens? Why is there always something? Something's going on and you're always there. Either in the middle of it or at the end of it. Why are you angry? Because it's like seeing an ex all the time. Don't want to see them, yet they just keep appearing, and now you have to talk to them. You forgot to turn in your vacation request before leave. I swear, if she ends up saying that to Skadi, I would laugh. A figure, a figure appears for the hunters, surprising Skadi when she sees her face. Read a Walk in the Dust. Yeah, I'll be reading that after chapter 8. Or I'll be playing it after chapter 8, because A Walk in the Dust is the other intermezzi. Get moving, hunters. What are you doing there? We'll talk later. Monster, do it. Monster crashes into the ceiling of the chapel. It tears the sea terrors apart with its sharp blades. A black sphere forms in its mouth before blasting away downwards. It shakes the entire city and hill, sending what is left of the chapel crumbling down. The bishop and its secrets have been destroyed forever, and no one will know any of it. She literally just came, she saw, she destroyed everything, and now she's gonna leave. And she's not even gonna elaborate. You know, the one time she doesn't talk, and I'm more annoyed about the fact that she isn't explaining anything. Why is this taking so long? Has my internet gone? No, my internet's fine. Okay, we'll just wait a little bit. Wow. Even when she's not talking a lot, she's still making the event longer. Maybe time zone reset? No, that happens at 1 PM my time. There it is. Nope. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna yes. I really hope I don't have to redo that. Come on, connect. Please connect. Has the game crashed? Nope, there it is. Okay. Initializing failed. Okay. This is the first time this has happened to me. Hmm. Yeah, if someone can check if it's or the internet connection. If the internet connection was the problem, you would not be seeing the stream. Game's running fine for me. Okay. In which case, I'm going to try and restart the emulator instead. Oh wait, I just saw that. Please check your network connection. Interesting. So the emulator is saying I don't have a network connection. But that is strange, because I very clearly have network connection. You are watching the stream. Crashed. Nope, it didn't. You know, I would like if Hypergriff do what Punishing Grey Raven do and make their own client. Hmm. Strange. Maybe it is the internet. That's weird. HGR had a PC client on the way soon, no. Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe Hypergriff should do that. Hmm. I'm currently doing that tour. However, it's weird. It's weird because actually this isn't the only thing being slow. My Chrome is also slow. But it makes no sense. Oh, there we go, that one. I don't understand what's happening here. What is that? Fully. Hmm. I am still live, aren't I? You guys can see me, right? Yes. Yeah, okay. So for some reason, stream is working. Chrome isn't, or rather is being slow. Nox says there's no internet whatsoever, yet the stream is still working. Memory problems? Hmm. But again, that would do a number on OBS. OBS would be the first one to go out. Also, my memory is at 50%. Okay, no, it is loading on my phone, which is also connected to the internet. Oh, nope, Discord's gone. Okay. Well, that's a shame. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end stream then before things go too badly, just in case stream ends up dipping as well. In which case, sorry about that. That's a bit strange, but hopefully that should be it. If not, I will. If there's any lingering cutscene, I'll react to it before starting Stolt Terra Navis on the Saturday. Because that'll be fine. I'll be playing Arknights again on Saturday, so I will continue. If there's any story left over, I'll continue that. But, oh well. Unfortunately, that's a shame, but it is what it is. Until then, though, thank you guys so much for sticking around and being here despite the issue. I will see you all on the Saturday. Bye-bye.